The psychological tricks used to control millions of people. Human behavior is influenced by far more psychological forces than most people realize. Throughout history, governments, corporations, media organizations, advertisers, and powerful institutions have studied how human psychology can be influenced on a massive scale. Many of these techniques are subtle. Some operate almost invisibly. Others have shaped entire societies throughout history. Today, we're exploring the psychological tricks used to control millions of people and why modern humans may be more psychologically vulnerable than they realize. One of the most powerful psychological forces is fear. Fear changes human behavior rapidly. When people feel threatened, uncertain, or overwhelmed, they often become more emotionally reactive and easier to influence. Throughout history, fear has repeatedly been used to shape public opinion, increase compliance, drive political movements, and influence mass behavior. Another powerful psychological principle is social proof. Humans naturally look toward groups when determining what is considered normal, acceptable, or safe. If large numbers of people appear to believe something, many individuals become more likely to follow. This instinct evolved because group survival was critical throughout human history. But in modern society, social proof can also be manipulated through media trends, online platforms, and mass communication systems. Another disturbing psychological tactic is repetition. The human brain becomes more familiar and comfortable with information repeated constantly over time. Even questionable ideas can begin feeling believable simply through repeated exposure. Advertisers, political campaigns, and media systems have long understood the psychological power of repetition. Another frightening tactic involves emotional triggering. Strong emotions reduce analytical thinking. Content that creates anger, outrage, fear, tribal loyalty, or emotional shock often spreads faster and receives more engagement online. Modern algorithms frequently reward emotionally intense content because it captures human attention more effectively. Another unsettling reality is authority bias. Humans are psychologically conditioned to trust perceived authority figures. People wearing uniforms, holding status, or appearing confident can strongly influence human behavior. Psychologists have repeatedly demonstrated how easily authority can shape obedience under certain conditions. Another disturbing manipulation tactic is information overload. Modern humans are exposed to enormous amounts of information every day. Constant stimulation can reduce attention spans and make careful analysis more difficult. When people feel overwhelmed, they often rely on emotional shortcuts rather than deep, critical thinking. Another frightening psychological force is tribalism. Humans evolved in social groups where loyalty increased survival. But this instinct can also create division, polarization, groupthink, and hostility toward outsiders. Modern media systems often amplify tribal behavior because conflict and outrage generate attention. Another unsettling tactic involves scarcity psychology. Humans place higher value on things perceived as rare, limited, or disappearing. Advertisers frequently use countdown timers, limited offers, urgency messaging, and fear of missing out to influence decision-making. Another disturbing reality is surveillance psychology. People often change behavior when they believe they are being watched. Modern digital systems collect enormous amounts of behavioral information through smartphones, apps, social media, online searches, and recommendation algorithms. Some researchers believe modern technology may already influence human behavior more than most people fully understand. Another terrifying possibility is algorithmic manipulation. Modern recommendation systems continuously analyze human attention patterns. These systems learn what captures emotion, what increases engagement, and what keeps users watching longest. Over time, algorithms may become extraordinarily effective at influencing behavior and shaping perception. Another unsettling truth is that humans often believe they are less psychologically vulnerable than they actually are. But psychological manipulation works precisely because many influences operate subconsciously. Modern civilization contains enormous systems competing constantly for human attention, emotion, belief, and behavior. The truth is that human psychology can be influenced far more easily than most people realize. And in the modern digital world, the battle for human attention may become one of the most powerful forces shaping civilization itself. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more difficult topics simply explained. And comment which psychological tactic you think is the most powerful.